Racing from WeatherTech Laguna, Seca Raceway. It's round 4 of the Mazda Mondays on ARCS. Cars funneling out of that first corner. These mad Mazda MX-5s looking for any advantage they can get out of these corners. It's Tommy Reynolds with the early lead out of the first 2 corners. Riley Dunn behind him. Here comes Cody Pennell sitting in third. Riley Dunn with that second place so far. Cody Pennell sitting in third. Jeremy Brio now looking to get to his inside into the 90-degree left-hander. This first lap already putting through great racing from all of these drivers. Dan Roberts going off the racetrack, and there he goes again in the student driver number 30. MX-5 coming up behind him. Terry Freer in that 46. There you've got Josh Garrison coming up behind him. Everybody's struggling to get onto that racetrack. Coming up to the corkscrew now. Withers coming away with the lead on the corkscrew further back. Now looking at Terry Gabbard, who's leading. Terry Freer onto the corkscrew. Everybody needs to make sure they've got their lines right. Samuel Roberts in 15th. There's last place. Patrick Allen in the 16th position. Tommy Reynolds leading. Riley Dunn out of the final 2 corners. Al Simkowski now sitting in third. Tizzy 452 says, wild start, and that indeed, as these Mazda MX-5s putting on a brilliant show on that first lap. 15 laps going to be our scheduled distance for today's race. Tristan Catania in the 48, now looking to the inside of Jeremy Brio in the Andretti hairpin. Catania can't get around Brio. This is the battle for the 6th position. Up ahead, Massachusetts' Tom Sears in the number 18 Milwaukee Mazda MX-5, chasing down Georgia's Cody Pennell, the number 28 Red Bull machine. Behind, Illinois' Al Simkowski, the Georgian looking to be the first repeat winner this season. 3 races, 3 unique winners. Will we have a 4th? Tommy Reynolds says, yes, that will be me, leading Riley Dunn by half a second, leading up to the corkscrew for the 2nd time today. Reynolds, Dunn, Simkowski, your top 3. Cody Pennell sitting in the 4th position there. Out of the corkscrew, he's got Tom Sears behind him, who's got Jeremy Brio chasing him down. Tristan Catania briefly off track there. Let's see what happened to car 48, and you can see Ryan Pennell has crashed as well. Let's see what happened to the New Jersey pilot. Falling off track there. Let's have another look. Oh, just took it way too hard into the left-hander, and you can see it bit him dearly. Ryan Pennell also had an incident earlier. Let's see what happened to the California native. He's recently falling off the track. This is headed into the final corner, and Pennell just goes a bit too hard out of that last corner. And you can see it cost him just a bit. Riley Dunn putting in the fastest lap of the race that last time around with a 1:38.32, the number 77. Mazda MX-5 behind the number 7 of Tommy Reynolds. Now to the inside. Look at Riley Dunn going for the lead in that Pride 77. Al Simkowski sitting in third, still side by side, heading into the corner, but it looks like Tommy Reynolds has the speed into the left-hander, right up into that corkscrew one more time, up the Rahal straight. Reynolds, Dunn. That's how they leave in that order. Simkowski sitting in third, Cody Pennell just in 4th now. Coming into round number 4, Cody Pennell leading the points by 18 markers over Jeremy Brio in the 6th position so far in this race. Derek Cook sitting 4th in the points. DC not in tonight's race. Tom Sears sitting 3rd in the points. Doesn't have to worry about Dustin Painter, who's not a factor in tonight's race as well. Tristan Catania now 5th, tied with Dustin Painter, running 14th in this race behind Patrick Allen. Tristan Catania with a lot of work to do. Al Simkowski rolling in that 3rd position, making his first appearance in DI9 Designs ARC's Mazda Mondays. He's ahead of Cody Pennell by 0.6 of a second, and as it is his debut, you saw Riley Dunn briefly going off the racetrack. As it is his debut, we'll ride along with Al Simkowski for a lap. Jeremy Brio, before we do, it's worth mentioning, just went 1:38.29 for the race. He's gone purple. That means he's got tonight's fastest lap so far. Riding along now with Al Simkowski up the Rahal Straight. Breaking away briefly from Simkowski, looking at the potential lead change here. Riley Dunn really forcing the 7 of Tommy Withers to think about his next move. Dunn again challenging up that inside line. It will be 10 laps to go. Next time by, the drivers cannot go the distance on 1 tank of fuel. Let's see how far they can make it this time by. $7.77.99. Warp Lotus talking about Deport the 4. He's talking about the number 4 of Terry Cavert, the crash test dummy Mazda MX-5 behind Sam Roberts in the P51 Mustang liveried MX-5. Both of them are looking ahead at the 46 of Terry Freer, running 16th right now, 1 lap down. Freer just trying to make up these places. D-Bucks in the chat says Dunn-Reynolds rivalry, and look at Tommy Reynolds really throwing that number 7 Pfizer Viagra MX-5 all over the racetrack. Riley Dunn looking for some advantage into the final corner. Here comes Cody Pennell to the inside of Al Simkowski, smoking those tires, and he gets around him for 3rd. 7.77.28, your top 3. Don't look now, in the distance, in that papaya-colored McLaren liveried number 74 Mazda, Jeremy Brio creeping along up to Tom Sears. There is the Massachusetts native rocking the Milwaukee colors behind the 99 of Al Simkowski. There goes Riley Dunn all over the back end of Tommy Reynolds, side by side, out of the corner, through the short chute between 3 and 4, and now into the straight out of 4, up to turn number 5. Reynolds still holds on, but will the tires be able to last the continued onslaught from Riley Dunn in the 2nd position? Fans at home, if you've just recently joined us, I'm Rick James bringing you uninterrupted green flag coverage of DI9 Designs Mazda Mondays from iRacing's Laguna Seca, WeatherTech Laguna Seca Raceway as it's now known. You're looking at the battle between Tommy Reynolds and Riley Dunn, headed through the corkscrew. One more time, look at the 7 of Reynolds. Take it really short, and he needs to be careful. He doesn't get a penalty for cutting the track. 77 of Riley Dunn, a more smooth approach. Now all up the back end of that 7 car, and look out because Georgia's Cody Pennell starting to close up that gap in 3rd. Tizzy452 in the chat says, let's go Reynolds, and there goes Reynolds! There goes the leader, Tommy Reynolds. He gets nailed by Al Simkowski, and the leader just bit off more than he could chew. Tommy Reynolds now loses the lead, and he is down to the 6th position. And listen to the sour engine note on that Mazda. Caution number 1 is out all over the racetrack. It is a full course caution at WeatherTech Laguna Seca Raceway for the Mazda MX-5s. And Tommy Reynolds goes for a spill. Let's go back and see how the 7 went around. Heard the contact right there. The 77 of Riley Dunn tried to throw it in. The 7 of Reynolds got a bit caught out. One more look. There's the contact from Al Simkowski. One look on board Riley Dunn. And look at this here. Tommy Reynolds has fallen off the racetrack again, and he's got extreme wheel damage. What happened to the 7 this time? Tommy Reynolds going to have to jump to the pits with a super wounded MX-5. Let's see what happened. This is Reynolds with already missing a wheel, it looks like. What in the world happened here? Is that the continued wheel damage from Al Simkowski? Look at the collision. And that is the wheel damage right there. That is the wheel damage on Tommy Reynolds, number 7. Now sitting stone dead last in the 16th position, and you can see the sparks from here. Reynolds was never going to nurse that car around. He's got a fast repair that he still has not used. Bama Trama in the chat says, hey Rick, Mama Vols in the chat. And Cody Pennell currently circulating behind the Porsche 911 pace car. Riley Dunn sitting in the 2nd position. Mama Vols, glad to have you here. D-Bucks says the rivalry gets heated again, and don't you know it. Round 5 at the Phoenix Oval next week is going to be something insane. Riley Dunn in the 2nd position, the catalyst to the 7 of Tommy Reynolds going around, who's still receiving repair from that missing wheel on the Mazda MX-5. So we'll see how this shapes out. We're going to get the restart with 6 laps to go. Fans at home are going to take a 60-second break. And actually, you know what? Let's make this worthwhile here. Let's make sure that we can go ad-free to the end. We're going to be ad-free for the next 30 minutes of coverage. Can guarantee that. Let's take a 2-minute break. We're almost to the halfway mark here, so let's take a little halfway break. We'll be back in 2 minutes as everybody comes down pit road, gets their tires, gets their fuel. We should be good to go to the end and get ready for the conclusion of this race. Back in 2 with DI9 Designs Mazda Monday. Back with you at virtual Laguna Seca, getting ready to throw the switch once again as the lights turn off atop the Porsche 911. We're going to restart with 5 laps to go from Laguna Seca. This has been a quick shuffle to the end, and I'm now joined by one of my best friends in the booth, the incomparable, the legendary Mitch, all the way from Australia. And if I'm not mistaken, Mitch, it's what, about 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon at your house?
It's about 12:30 in the afternoon right now.
Wrong again, 12:30 in the afternoon. Welcome to Laguna Seca, my friend. I'm so sorry I couldn't hear you earlier, but I'm glad that you're here for the very end of this one, man. Riley Dunn leads, and he has not had the fastest car all night long. That would go to Cody Pennell and Alex Simkowski. Simkowski down in 10th, Pennell in the 2nd position, and the points are on the line as well, Mitch, because Cody Pennell only leads Jeremy Brio by 18 markers.
Yeah, it's very close, especially we've spoken about already. Can we go 4 from 4 here tonight? It's so close, and we've got we got Phoenix, we got Homestead coming up. 2 big tracks that are going to be so exciting. So much has happened here, as we saw. The reason why we've got the caution here right now, and I feel like we've got a bit more to come here right now. Riley Dunn leader right now, and I feel like we'll try to bridge away, but Cody Pennell's just close to wanting to get another win.
Mitch, over the last 3.5 rounds, we have seen that 28 of Cody Pennell be dominant, but only score 1 win according to those points. Riley Dunn, inexperienced, but he has the skills to pay the bills. Will it be enough, however, Mitch? The 77 and the 28 on the front row, getting ready to restart, my friend. Who do you got for this win?
Well, you saw Riley Dunn there hounding down in 2nd, almost trying to get to that lead. But look out for Cody Pennell. It's going to be an interesting restart here with 5 to go.
5 laps to go. Green flag is going to come out, waiting for the drivers to step on it. And still moving at pace speed, possibly because the field hasn't been bunched up, and one of the downsides here, there's the pace car leaving pit road right now, Mitch, and it looks like we just had to get the field bunched back up one more time. And it's one of the downsides of such a large racetrack is that we've lost roughly about 1/3 of the race to caution laps. However, that's going to really crank up the urgency in these last few circuits.
Absolutely, it's going to crank it really up for the intensity to be the race leader, the battle for the lead, the battle for positions for all important championship fight, as we've seen already here tonight.
Do you know much about Laguna Seca, Mitch? You're very well versed when it comes to international racing, but I don't know if they show a lot of Laguna Seca in Oz.
Well, I think Rick, and I think your chat will agree, there's only one corner here at Laguna Seca that we all talk about, and of course the corkscrew, which we've seen already here tonight. I think it's one that I love Laguna Seca. It's one of my favourite racetracks, and I think a lot of these drivers' favourite racetracks. It's a tough circuit to really handle, and we've seen it in these Mazdas so far. Some moments for many of the drivers here tonight, and I feel like it's going to be interesting these last 4 laps to see how everyone's going to handle it.
Out of the corkscrew now for what we hope will be the final time. Down Rainy Curve, turn number 9. Then the downhill 10 and 11. Restarting with 4 circuits remaining. This is going to be special. 2 by 2, 6 rows deep, 4 laps remain at Laguna Seca. Riley Dunn, the control car, the points leader, and the fastest car all night long. On his outside, Mitch coming down the straightaway, waiting for that signal. Green flag is out.
Mate, for this opening lap here, this is going to be very exciting. Riley got a great start, but here comes Tom, who's in 3rd place in the Milwaukee car, trying to see if he can get the move here for 2nd place. It'll be an important move, and we'll get it done. great job. Oh, and there's a bit of contact as well.
Contact between them. Tom Sears now getting around the Georgian. Cody Pennell looking in second. One car just skidding off to nowhere out of the Andretti hairpin. Tom Sears down to third with Jeremy Brio, the second place points runner behind him. Sears looking to the inside of Pennell out of that third corner. Mitch down the 4 and 5 straight. Here comes Brio.
And Pennell went a little bit off in the dirt, but here comes Brio. Can Brio get this move done? And he does get it beautifully done. This is just allowing Riley Dunn to move on ahead in position number 1 right now, while these guys battle really hard here for second and third, and well, fourth, fifth as well. Everyone all in the battle here right now.
Up the Ray Hall straight, bringing up dust, headed into the corkscrew. Mitch, such a difficult corner to get right. Here comes Pennell to the inside of Brio. He's got the position. Down the hill they turn. Cars skidding everywhere. What a sight. What a brilliant corner that is.
Absolutely beautiful, and one of the best corners in the world. You would love to sit there in real life. That's my dream. But Cody Pennell, as we saw, P2 after almost being down to P4, P5 at one point, now up into second at the moment. It's absolutely incredible. So what a opening lap after that first caution here, and we've got 3 to go.
The 77 of Riley Dunn up ahead of Cody Pennell. Jeremy Brio sits in third with 3 laps to go. Tizzy 452 says 77 may be getting a time penalty for that contact with Reynolds. Mitch, I'm not sure if you saw it, but I've seen much harder contact not given penalties at all. It looked like Dunn was just trying to get to the inside of Reynolds, and obviously he sent it in a bit too deep, but it may have been just a racing incident, and Tom Sears goes around at a turn number 3, right into the tire barrier. Cars still move along, but the Massachusetts native now down to 10th as the field flies past him.
Oh, yeah, it was a big moment there for Tom Sears, and goes down the field. But, yeah, big moment there.
While Riley Dunn leads this race, let's have one more look at the Tommy Reynolds incident involving Tommy Reynolds. And there goes Cody Pennell, Mitch. The points leader, Cody Pennell, back onto the racetrack, almost. Drivers funneling into this corkscrew. Pennell back onto the surface, now being overtaken by Tom Sears, and the points leader has absolutely binned it, Mitch.
I missed that completely, but I'm just looking back on my end right now, and yeah, he's just gone and into the tyres. That's a big moment there for Cody Pennell. Huge moment.
The points leader now down to 10th, coming to 2 laps to go. Tizzy 452 says Sears championship hopes going up in smoke. D-Buck says, wow, things just went wild, and just when you thought we weren't going to have enough laps to show the action, here we have the points leader going up almost, not physically, but metaphorically upside down out of that third corner. Tizzy 452 says heavy contact. Riley Dunn leading Jeremy Brio by 4 seconds. Al Simkowski now, after being involved in that crash with Tommy Reynolds, around the outside of John Honeybrink. He's looking for third, Mitch.
Oh, and John's gone a bit wide there. Oh my goodness me, and it's all happening there behind. He's losing positions, John, and can't get it done. But here comes a few other cars trying to get through as well. So he's absolutely being swamped here at the moment as he's trying to get past the 15, if he possibly can. Very close between the drivers here at the moment. They're side by side, and I've got to give credit to Terry. That was a great move, but he now loses the position. Oh, and behind Jonathan has gone around as well. So all happening here in this race right now, but wow.
I tell you, these last 3 or 4 laps really have produced an insane amount of action. White flag is out now for Riley Dunn. Jeremy Brio eating into that 4-second lead, but certainly just not enough laps for that 74 car. Al Simkowski sitting in third, while Sam Roberts and Josh Garrison now swap positions for fourth. So many drivers falling out from where we thought they would end up. Riley Dunn chasing down Tristan Catania in that 13th position. And then you've got Dan Roberts in 6th, Terry Gabbard behind him in 7th, Mitch.
Yeah, it's an ultra close battle going on behind. Everybody trying to get their last ditch performances here at the moment, getting these moves done, riding the curves, trying to get every possible speed they can get out of these Mazdas at the moment. It's so close. You've got to get the right move when you get the right opportunity, especially around here at Laguna Seca.
White flag is out. Riley Dunn leading this race right behind Tristan Catania. No reason for Dunn to risk it now. Josh Garrison and Terry Gabbard still battling hard for that 5th position. Tizzy452 says, what happened with Jeremy and the 74 Jeremy Brio? Not sure, Mitch, but he scored out of the race in 13th. Riley Dunn leading behind Tristan Catania down that rainy curve. Brio had crashed recently. One look at Jeremy Brio in that 74. This is headed into the Andretti hairpin, smoking the tires, and it looks like he just came down to a stop there. But it's going to be Riley Dunn, Mitch, surviving all of this carnage and even making a little bit of his own, but he's going to get the win at Laguna Seca. Round 4 goes to Riley Dunn.
Superb performance at the pace, and getting it done. They could be talking points after the race, after the incident early on in the race, but for right now, position number 1.
Daniel Roberts beating Terry Gabbard to the line by 0.2 of a second. Here's Tom Sears behind Josh Garrison. That's for 7th. There's Riley Dunn in that 77 car making a little mayhem of his own. And we're going to have podium interviews in just a moment, fans. Don't go anywhere. Top 3 interviews in a bit. On the podium now with our top 3, starting with the driver of the number 15 P51 Mustang Mazda, Sam Roberts. You managed to weave through a few of those crashes, and here you are sitting on the podium, man.
Yeah, I'm just holding on for it, really.
I mean, you ended up getting some decent points out of it as well. Did you think that a podium was within your grasp when you started the evening?
No, I thought I was gonna wreck out or finish in very last place, but as time kept going or many laps as we turned, I kind of got a hang of it.
You gained points on Stephen Downton and on John Honeybrink, most notably Tristan Catania as well. Headed next week into Phoenix, Sam Roberts, we're going back to the ovals. Do you think you've got a chance to make it another podium?
I hope so. I'm pretty decent at ovals. We'll see what I can do.
Congratulations on your 3rd place finish. We'll see you at Phoenix next week, Rob.
All right, thanks.
Mitch, you've got our silver medalist.
Yes, we've got our 2nd place driver here. Talk us through that race. I mean, 2nd place, did you feel like a top 3 was possible here?
You know what? I'll be honest. As everyone here in ARCS knows, I haven't even been in my rig really for the last 2 months. So this was my first ARCS race in probably 2 months. I felt good through qualifying. I thought had a decent car. I just got unlucky, bounce, if you will, off of Tommy Reynolds there in that hairpin accident, and ended up having to use a faster pair. It pushed me back to, I think, 12th. And yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it back through 9 people. Jeremy got unlucky, downshift and blew his motor, so that's the only reason I got second from him. I can't complain though. I had a lot of fun, and I will be finishing out the ARCS Monday season. I will for sure be home in the next 2 weeks, so I look forward to continuing this on.
Well, with that, Phoenix next week, how you feeling going to the ovals?
I've never driven this car on an oval yet, so that'll be that'll be something new. It's obviously not really an oval car. I know the guys had fun at Bristol and stuff, so I mean, that's what we're here for right now. It's just have fun, let loose Monday night. But obviously, I don't have a chance at the championship, but I definitely want to try at least be up front and see what I can do.
Absolutely, congratulations, and we'll move on to Rick.
Thank you.
Our race-winning interview brought to you by the good folks over at DI9 Designs, the Chase Elliott Custom Design House, designing... the custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DI9 Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use code DI9 Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. And now the winner, driver of the number 77 Pride Mazda MX-5 with his first win this season, Riley Dunn. You are the 4th winner in 4 Mazda Monday races.
Yeah, it was an interesting race to say the least. There was a nice battle with Tommy Reynolds there. Unfortunately, on one of the runs into the final corner, I just got on the dirt, and with a track like that, once you get on the dirt, the tires just pretty much go out from under you. And I got into the back of him. I'm sorry for him, and it sucks. I made a mistake, and he was on the losing end of it. So yeah, but overall the pace was really good. It was really enjoyable racing with the guys, and yeah, it was just an overall great race.
Here you are with your first win of the season, headed next week into Phoenix. What do you think, RD? Another win?
Possibly. That the kind of thing about the series is that there's probably about 5 guys here who can probably win any given week, and they all are very close to the pace. Like in qualifying, we were all within about a second, and all it takes is one little mess up like you saw today, and suddenly the whole standings can change.
Only 1 week to find out what's going to happen at Phoenix. Congratulations on the win, Riley. We'll see you in a week's time.
Thank you.
Mitch, what a race. What a way to get that job done at Laguna Seca. Headed into next week, Mitch, Cody Pennell extends his 18-point lead. He grows it out to 26 markers over Jeremy Brio in second, but Brio's lead to Tom Sears falls down from 16 points down to 7 markers, and the championship gets tighter at the top.
I think Riley's saying 5 drivers. I think there's even more drivers. We're seeing it already this season. There's so many drivers up there that could be even in the top 3. And now we head to the ovals next week at Phoenix, and we know everything can go down on the ovals.
We'll see you in 7 days' time. My esteemed thanks to my good buddy and the world's favorite Australian, Mitch. Thank you so much for coming through, my friend. We'll see you in a week's time. My thanks to Sam Roberts, Al Simkowski, Riley Dunn, and everybody involved. Of course, you, the fans, whom without this is not possible, and our good sponsors at DI9 Designs. Tomorrow night, it's 2-Race Tuesday, another doubleheader starting with the RacingSchool.net Modifieds at 8:10 p.m. Then it's DI9 Design Xfinity Series right here on Rick James TV1. Until then, everybody, please stay safe. Do